Welcome back to the Longevity Program, a program with one really simple thing in mind, and that is to live longer, stronger. Now, last week, I talked about the hidden dangers of this little thing called stress. We all know that we can be impacted from time to time with stress, but one of the really insidious things about stress is that so often, for myself at least, you can ignore it. You can say, you know what, I'm okay, I'm not stressed. But what happens in the background, if you're not careful, is that stress level can just build and build and build. And this is something that can overcome, for example, as I said last week, the greatest efforts that we're putting forward in this longevity program. It can impact, for example, all of the hard-won gains that you're looking to achieve with a really great diet. Or it can impact the hard-won gains of some really great sleep. Because if we don't counteract stress, what happens is our stress levels rise and our sympathetic nervous system continues to pump up the unwanted hormones in our body. So say, for example, cortisol, which is a stress hormone, increases, and it can increase over time. And if we don't have some great way, some easy way, some way that we can go to whenever we need it to relax and to bring down that stress, that can really start to impact. So let me give you some examples. Have you ever been driving along, as I know I have been, talking on the phone to whoever it is that you're talking to, and you can just feel that blood pressure rising. You can feel that heart rate rising, and that just continues to go through a period of time. In fact, science has identified that if you're having a really challenging interaction, that interaction can raise your heart rate, for example, and your blood pressure over hours, not minutes. Or maybe, like me, you've got kids that you absolutely love, but they can occasionally push your buttons. And you can feel yourself getting annoyed through the day as sometimes even the littlest things start to grate. Or maybe, once again, like me, you might need to present to a group of people. It might be an executive team. It might be to some of your direct reports. It might be to some people that you really don't know at all. Whatever it is, you can feel those stress levels rising. Now, I experience this kind of stress throughout my day on a regular basis, and I have this go-to that really, really works for me to bring that stress level back down, and I want to share that with you today. Now, in so many ways, this is a really simple go-to, and that is what is so great about it. Sometimes the simplest things in life are often the best, and this one, I tell you, is no exception. And it's a simple concept called box breathing. You may have heard of it before, or you may not. I'm going to take you through a little bit about that right now. So box breathing, this is a technique of breathing that is often used by people who need to bring down that level of stress. So say, for example, the Navy SEALs use this technique, box breathing, in their interactions getting ready for combat. Now, you might be getting ready for combat, but you might be looking to combat the challenges that are in your day. And the great thing about box breathing is it's really simple to do. You don't need any equipment for it whatsoever. And it will, I guarantee, bring your heart rate down and your stress levels down, and it'll bring in your focus and ability to get ready for whatever it is that you need to do. So say, for example, if I'm getting ready to present, I will often silently go into a simple box breathing round or rounds to bring my heart rate and my stress levels back down so I can be ready to present in the best way possible. Box breathing. It gets its name from the really simple way that you're going to be breathing. And the simplest way to look at it is imagine that you've got a box, 4 sides, and when you're breathing, you're going to be breathing in for, now the easiest way or the simplest entry level on box breathing is 3 seconds, but you can match it up and change it. So you might go to 3 to 4, you might suddenly go to 5, 6. The world is your oyster on this one, but let's start with 3 seconds, and it's 3 seconds in a box. So it's simply breathe in for 3, hold for 3, breathe out for 3, hold for 3, and repeat. So once again, simply breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. Try it with me. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. That's it. It is so super simple. As a simple little exercise, I'm going to put on a thing called Whoop Live, which shows my heart rate as tracked through my Whoop. A big call out and thank you to Whoop. It's an awesome, awesome piece of equipment. So I'm going to go through Whoop Live, which I haven't worked out how to do the sound yet, but at least you'll see I'm going to be box breathing, and it'll show you what happens with my heart rate and how I can bring it down from normally about sort of 70 to 80 beats per minute as I'm standing up and chatting and so on. And it should come down hopefully into the 50s as I go through box breathing, and you'll see how quickly this can impact your heart rate and your overall sense of well-being. And if you haven't heard of this one before, you might be giggling and thinking, really? Is that really going to help me? I guarantee you the answer is 100% yes. This technique works, and the great thing about it is that you can use it while you're driving in the car. You can use it while you're sitting in a meeting room. You can use it while you're interacting with your kids. You can do it standing up. You can do it sitting down. You can do it lying down. Now, a little tip there. If you really want to impact your heart rate, the simplest way to do that is as follows. If you can, lie down, and you'll notice instantly your heart rate, for example, might be sitting at, let's say, 70 beats per minute. Your heart rate normally will instantly go down, in that case, to 60, and I'm talking about how my heart rate often works. So you might go from 70 to 60 just in lying down, just in giving yourself that time off your feet. Then if you start to box breathe, you'll bring that heart rate down, for me, down into the 50s and into the 40s. So this is a really simple thing that you can do. Now, if you can't lie down, and so often you can't, even just sitting down will give you so much of this benefit. It'll give you the ability to stop, to focus, to think through what's going on and what do you want to be going on in this moment. And it really can ground you. You can really just focus on, I'm going to be giving this presentation and everything's okay. Or, you know what, my kids are actually so much better than I'm getting upset about right now. It will lower your heart rate, it will lower your stress level, and it'll give you that opportunity to focus, get centered, and then get on with that task, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Or if you're not wanting to do anything whatsoever, just to bring some calmness into your day, even if it's at least momentarily. And I'll tell you what, that calmness in your day, that lowering of that constant stress level that you might be experiencing to get to a point of really just being able to relax, I tell you, that is absolute gold. And that will help you in that challenge that we're all looking to address, and that is to live longer, stronger. I hope that helps. Until next time.